Today's objective are stem and leaf plots and histograms. It's really objectives, huh? A stem and leaf plot is a way to organize and display data that you've gathered. So let's say your PE class did sit-ups for a minute. These are the results: 35, 70, 21, 52, 58, 39, 43, 63, 62, 51, 72, and 29. So the people, those are the number of sit-ups that the people in your class did. You have a small class. When you make a stem and leaf plot, this is what the end result looks like, okay? The leaves are the ones on the right, and they are the last digit in your number. So for example, they'd be the 5, the 0, the 1, the 2. The stems go on the left side of the line, and they're the other part of your number. So in this case, I only have 2-digit numbers, so my leaf will have a lot of things going out to the side, but my stem is only going to be the first digit. So I look and see what's my smallest number, what's my largest number. I have a 21 and a 72. So I need to have the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Nope, no 80s. 20s through 70s. So that's what I do first. I just, on my stem and leaf plot, I draw a line and I do the first digit. So 2 for 20s, 3 for 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. Then I look at each number and I write down the 5 next to the 3, the 0 next to the 7, the 1 next to the 2. Okay, so let's look. So 35, I come down here to the 3's and I write a 5. 70, I come down to the 7's and I write the 0. 21, I come to the 2's and I write the 1. 52, I went down to the 5's, I wrote the 2. 58, I went to the 5's, I wrote the 8. 39, I went to the 3's, I wrote the 9. 43, I went to the 4, I write the 3. And I do that for all the rest of them. And then you can see, since I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I counted that right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I should have 12 leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I do. So I know this looks a little weird, but here's the key that explains it. Key 2/1 means 21. So this, what you're saving is having to write the 21 and the 29. You just write 120 and know that that's 21, 29, 35, 39, 43. But notice these aren't in order, because like it goes 52, 58, 51. This is an ordered plot. The only difference is now my numbers and my leaves go from smallest to largest. All right, let's do one more. Your class has read books. Here are the number of pages that the different students read. 352, 360, 345, 312, etc. Okay? In this stem and leaf plot, the leaf, once again, is only the last digit. Only the 2, only the 0, only the 5. Okay? So my stems are going to be I'm going to look, I have 350s, 360s, 340s, 312. I think 350 is the biggest. So I need to, do I have a 360? Oop, 360. So my stems are going to be my 350, 360, but I just don't write the last digit. So it goes from 310, 320, 330, 340, 350, 360. I know this is a little bit weird. And then I'm just putting down the last digit in the right place. So 352, I go to the 350 and I write down a 2. 360, I go to the 360 and I write down the 0. 345, 340 and I write down the 5. 312, I go to the 300, the first 2 digits, 31, I write down the 2. Okay, so I'm not going to read all the numbers, but you can tell that you have them all because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Notice there's no commas in the leaves because we know those are only single digits. Okay, and once again my key, 31/2, means 312. We're going to do these in class, and when you do them, they'll make a little bit more sense. but they're really a kind of cool way to organize numbers. And you can look at it. You can say, what's the median? Well, what will you do? Count. There's 15 numbers, so the middle number is 8 because there's 7 on one side and 7 on the other side. So I'm just going to count. 1 number, 2 number, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I know it's in the 340, but this is not an ordered, this isn't an ordered plot, right? So how should the numbers go in order? Should they be 5, 8, and 4? No, it should go 4, 5, and 8. So the middle number would be 345. So it's a pretty easy way to find the median. And what's the range? Well, we take our largest number minus our smallest number. Our largest number is 360. Our smallest number is 312. So I just subtract and I can find the range. You can also answer questions like, which group has read the most pages? Well, the 350s, because there's 352, 355, 352, 358, 357. So you can see that. Okay? All right. A histogram is similar to a bar graph, but the bars show the results for a range of data. Rather than a bar graph, it'd be like, how many people like bananas and how many people like grapes? You know, a bar graph, each bar is a single number or object or whatever your survey is. So a histogram, the bars show a range, and the bars also touch. There's no spaces in between them. They're connected. Okay? A histogram is made from a frequency table, which is a tally table. So for example, you surveyed the class to find their birthdays. You're looking for the day, not the month or the year. So like my birthday is June 30, so it would be the 30th that we would be talking about. So you did a range. You said, okay, from the 1st to the 7th, 8 to the 14th, 15 to the 21st, 22nd through 28th, and then the last one, 29 through 36. I know it's really only 29 through 31 because there are not 32 days in a month, but your ranges must have the same size. I don't know what happened to that. Your ranges must have this equal sizes. Sorry. Okay. So this is how we do our frequency table. This is a frequency table. You figure out what your range is, so you divide it up evenly. You don't want to have a range. You don't want to have a range that's only 2 numbers apart, or you'll have a huge histogram. Okay, you like to have between like 4 and 6 categories. And if you have too many categories, maybe this isn't the right type of data survey for you. All right. Then we go through and we tally. So I call on all the kids in the class, and it ended up that. And each time I tally, I just make a little mark, and then at the end, I add up the number of marks. So there were 8 people in the class whose birthdays were the 1st through the 7th, 6 birthdays that were between the 8th and the 14th, 7 birthdays were between the 15th and 21st, 12 between the 22nd and 28th, and 3 between the 29th and 36th. Okay, so now from my frequency table, I can make a histogram. So I put my categories along the bottom, my ranges, so 1 through 7, 8 through 14, 15 through 21, 22 through 28, 29 through 31. Oops, that should have been 36, huh? I was thinking birthdays. And then I put the number, the frequency, going up the side. So since my biggest number is 12, I have to have that many at least, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here's my title, Birthday Survey Histogram. And this is the description, what it is down on the bottom, and frequency on the side. So 1 through 7, there were 8. So I just draw my bar up to 8. Go down. Then there were 6. I connected over. 6 for the 8 through 14 group. 7 for the 15 through 21 group. Notice that line lines up with the 7. That lines up with the 6. In the 22 to 28 group, I had 12. So I go all the way up. And then just 3 in the last group. So that lines up with 3. Notice the bars are connected. There's no spaces in between. Okay, it's just one big connection. So, notice also how these numbers have a range. Okay, we're not just doing how many people on the 1st, how many people on the 2nd, how many people on the 3rd. So, which group has the most? It's really easy to see, this one. And is it surprising that the last group is so little? Well, no, because really there's only 3 days in it, huh? Okay, that's it.